the Denver Broncos, with Jared Stidham at quarterback, are able to topple them at home as 5.5-point dogs in the AFC Championship game. And then the Los Angeles Rams take on the Seahawks in the NFC Championship. 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 local over there. The 12s will show up in a huge way. We expect both these games to be absolute bangers, and the storylines coming out of them are going to be spectacular. But that's not where the storylines end. Storylines are everywhere in football right now. You know, the transfer portal opens up basically for Miami and Indiana for 5 days or whatever. So we still see mega moves happening around college ball. Coaches are being hired. Coaches are being slandered. Players are getting made fun of. And owners are saying whatever they're thinking because they're billionaires and they rarely have to face any punishment for any of their actions.
That's right.
I make the game. So what are you going to say? One bad call. All right. Change it then. You're the owner, right? That ref contract is up here in a couple months as well. So whenever you talk about the state of football being a constant flux, we're in it right now. We're also in the best time to be alive, where we're just a couple weeks removed from the Super Bowl, which is going to be the best week out in Santa Clara. Cannot wait to get out there, cannot wait to celebrate ball, and cannot wait to talk for another hour or so with these fine gentlemen. The Toxic Table, at Blessed Connor and at Ty Schmidt. Ty, Packers aren't in there.
No, they're not. And, hey, maybe next year. We'll see. You got to hire a good defensive coordinator.
But the Eagles, the Chargers, the Dolphins, and the Colts, and the Panthers are not in there. You're a Panthers fan.
I did play there, but
you were kind of starting to ride for him a little bit this year.
I was excited. Cam came back, beat the drum. I like, what Young did. But they're not on my list.
No, but you're a fan of the Colts right now, right?
Absolutely.
And you hopped on the Patriots bandwagon.
I'll always be a fan of the Colts. I will always be a fan of the Dolphins.
No, but also now
my bandwagon, that's different.
But you put it on the Patriots, played for the Patriots, played for the Colts. You would assume you're also a fan of the Panthers, right? Because he played for them as well.
Absolutely.
That'd be the third team of his three-team playing career. So you'd think he would just get on board with the Panthers. So you're saying, yeah, definitely good for Charlotte, but they're not a part of it.
I didn't get a text from Bill when he shipped me out of New England, so I almost want to send him one of those Baker Mayfield tweets right now.
Essentially like a piece of garbage.
You should.
Ship me out.
The Patriots being back. Outrageous. The Rams still there. Crazy. McDonald being able to turn over the Seattle Seahawks. I guess I should point that out. Seattle Seahawks back in the NFC Championship game. We're not really giving that any love. That's a potential return to real greatness for them. And then obviously the Broncos being back. It's a huge kind of what is old is almost new again in this world of football.
Yeah, just huge for everybody on that graphic and more with just legacy. Like, these are true, legacy games. We always talk about the regular season is the regular season. Then you get into the playoffs. Then you get into these championship games to punch your ticket to the big dance. And then once you get there, whatever happens for coaches, for players, for quarterbacks, specifically, this is going to live on forever. So we only got 3 more. We got to enjoy them. You talked about the storylines. There will always be, NFL will always, dominate the story. It'll be the combine and it'll be the draft. But we got to appreciate these actual football games, meaningful football games that we have left.
You talk about legacies. Sean Payton, we assume Hall of Fame coach, right?
Yep.
Vrabel, we assume Hall of Fame coach, right? McVay, we assume Hall of Fame coach. So it's just got McDonald out there, and guess what?
I think Vrabel got to win one.
Has to win Super Bowl as head coach.
I think so, yeah.
I think so as well. I think that's accurate. We assume he will.
Yeah.
But no guarantee.
No, true.
There's no guarantee.
We got to remember that, too. With great quarterbacks, with great shit. Josh Allen hasn't been to one yet. And, everybody on TV says he's the greatest most talented quarterback we've ever seen touch a football field. And I love Josh Allen as well. But it's not promised that you're going to get back to this point. I heard Ben Johnson in the press conference. Somebody said, hey, how do you build off this year? And he was like, look, we start back at square one just like every other of the 31 teams out there next season. And we know every year it's a different group in their locker room. We see now with owners speaking up more some of the shit that goes on behind the scenes and why teams are bad year in and year out, decade in, decade out. Not the Bills. The Bills are obviously a good team, but it's a lot that has to go right. Yeah, injuries. For you to get to this point where you're playing on championship weekend with a chance just to get to the Super Bowl.
There's no building off of this. We go back to square one, Ben Johnson says. How do you build off this? There isn't any. I don't think you guys – you should, actually, because you guys haven't been here in a long time. It's so hard to get here. And then think about getting there, like you're the Denver Broncos. Starting quarterback breaks his ankle right before the championship. It's like, that's a heartbreaker.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That is. And it happened to the Niners, I guess, when they played the Philadelphia Eagles a couple years ago. Was there 6 injuries in the first half?
Yeah, like second play.
Brock Purdy couldn't throw a football. Then somebody got leg whipped. Got Bosa, I think, got
Bosa did, yeah.
Bosa, shoulder, Fred Warner.
went down. There was
Yep.
like 4 injuries in like the first quarter, first drive for the San Francisco 49ers. It's like you got to get so lucky injury-wise.
And-
We're not talking even at this stage.
Yeah.
We're talking throughout an entire season you have to get lucky injury-wise.
And Comment mentioned it earlier when Carson Wentz went down in that kind of MVP caliber season, and Nick Foles thankfully stepped up and played great, and it did go right for them. You went on and won a Super Bowl. Like, so many things just have to go right for you to actually get it done, and then people are going to talk about it forever. And a lot of times, a lot of that context is left out. Obviously, quarterbacks are different, but you could lose a star pass rusher, Micah Parsons, like that. You use a star receiver, or a tight end's banged up, or your best guard is playing with a messed up injury. So it's a lot of things that got to go right from the coaching staff and the players.
On Micah Parsons' note, Hembo sent us a stat on Micah Parsons. You think you guys had the lead whenever he got hurt or something
Yes.
like that?
Yep.
From his injury on, you guys went 0-4. Yeah, let's see. The Packers were leading Broncos 23-21. We're talking about the Broncos. When Micah went down, they never won another game and had 4 sacks in their final 4 games. I mean, you talk about an injury just completely wrecking
ruined their
everything
season.
for a team. That was the Micah Parsons injury. So back to the point of getting to championship weekend, so much has to go right on every single play for you to be able to get to a point to get here, because the way salary caps are allotted, the way teams are kind of pieced together, you lose 1 or 2 pieces just accidentally for 3-4 weeks without knowing, let alone a flu comes through.
Yeah.
Something like that happens, that can derail everything you have going on.
A flag.
Oh, a terrible flag. That changes the whole course of careers.
Losing 1 or 2 pieces, and then some of these teams that are not even close to our radar gaining 1 or 2 pieces, like the Patriots and Drake May. They weren't in this conversation last year when we were forecasting, or the year before that. Like, we talk about Mendoza a lot, and who knows, because a lot needs to happen in Vegas. But like, Mendoza goes to Vegas. Are you that surprised if they become a legitimate team in the next 3 years with Mendoza? Like,
yes.
A lot of these teams. Yeah, I guess with Vegas, maybe it is a little different. Definitely with the Jets, you would think that too. But like, some of these teams come out of nowhere. The Commanders weren't good this year, but if they're great next year with Jaden Daniels and he stays healthy, like, nobody's that surprised, because they just went to an NFC title game. And that's the whole, conversation about Burrow and the Bengals. Like, if you look at the Bengals from when they went to the Super Bowl to now, it isn't a full-blown collapse, but it's pretty damn close. Like, it's pretty close. Even the Lions were the kind of class of the NFC, not the top, but they were up there, and then they missed the playoffs. Like, every year is so different, and that's why it's the greatest league on earth. Like NBA, all these other leagues, you kind of know who's going to be there in the end.
Well, the Pacers, obviously, championship pedigree.
And that's a perfect example of a team kind of coming out of nowhere. Like,
And also enjoy it.
and enjoy it while you have it, because you never know. The next year, it might be absolutely awful, but also who knows, because no one watches the NBA. But again, that is the
I heard
NFL.
now, on that note, I heard the numbers were up. Were they not up?
Yes.
I think their numbers were up.
I don't know. I haven't seen them. I mean, to be honest.
So I saw last night
Sunday.
it was Lakers Nuggets, I believe. I turned on in the middle of a Luka. Luka was getting,
Bit of a scorcher.
yeah, I think he went from 26 points maybe to 33 points in like a minute and a half run or something like that. And it was like, okay, Luka's still doing it. LeBron had a cool pass.
Per
Nice.
usual.
Okay, and then I changed the channel. I went to something else. Should have stuck on that, because I basically just did an internet clip on the actual TV.
Yeah.
So I think I gave him a rating, but that is what NBA is. It's hard not to just digitally take in the NBA. Show me the 3 highlights that happened last night.
Come on, guys.
And I'm telling you, it's hard for me right now, man. Maybe once football's over, I'll dive in. Last year was easy, because it was like Tyrese is in there. His gray shoes are by far the best ones he's had. I had him on yesterday. I should have worn them today. I didn't know I was going to shout him out, because obviously everything is scripted in this particular show. But whenever you watch just like highlights and get the score, who's in, who's out, that's really all I'm doing with the NBA right now. And I don't like that, because I think we should pay attention to these sports more. But
the playoffs.
I think everybody's doing the same thing I'm doing, I think, that I know.
If you're flipping through the channels and you land on an NBA game and they don't have starters in, it is an absolute certainty that I will not be returning to that channel unless I'm watching the Celtics.
See KD locking down Wemby?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, all of a sudden, I have a personal connection to that.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a second. Kevin Durant was originally the potential full NBA changer. Too tall. He's too skinny to be how tall he is. He's got to pull on weight. Slim Reaper said, I don't think so, pal. Okay, actually, I'm just going to go ahead and do all this other shit. So for him to now have to face the next, hey, this guy's going to cheat. This is the game changer in this. And then for him to take it upon himself.
Love that.
I love everything about it. KD still got it.
Yeah.
I like that everything's happening. And this isn't a playoff game. This is middle of January, him locking it down. It's like there's always good highlights, good storylines. And the NBA will get us through a time whenever we need them. We need to remember that the NBA will do that for all of us.
The playoffs are incredible. That run when it is like NBA and NHL playoffs every single night, multiple games, those are great. The only problem is, like in the NBA especially, it's typically 1, 2, 3, 4. As far as seeding goes, that's going to be in the quarters, then the conference finals, and then the finals. Like there is never really a surprise 7 or 8 seed making a massive run. In the NHL, you can make an argument all 8, can go and win it. At least the 8 seed can at least go and win it. That's how the Florida Panthers basically started this entire run. But
their seeding's kind of stupid too. That's one thing I don't. I love hockey.
About the NHL?
Yeah, I don't like the seed.
You're from Hockey Beach.
I am. Hockey Town.
No, the town.
A.K.A. Hockey Beach.
You're at Hockey Beach, yes. You're not Hockey Town.
You just got